Hello all, my name is Piotr and I build drum guitars. So I've been working on the neck and on the body. A bit in the background. The body has several coats on the back. I think it's 6 or 7 very light coats, and it's been drying for a few days without adding new ones. I want to leave it like that because at this stage I will need to work on the top, which is enlarging the holes, painting the cavities with the shielding paint, and also doing the top. I need to use a sanding sealer to level the top absolutely flat before I apply wipe on poly, because this is going to be high gloss. And I've got the sanding sealer from Feast Watson again. It fills the grain, it's very easy to sand, and I used it on the neck on the previous build and it worked fantastic. So I'm going to be doing that maybe next week if I'm done with the thing that I'm going to do this week, which is the headstock. I have sanded the fretboard a bit just to see what the binding looks like with this ebony, and it looks lovely. I scraped the sides so it's flush with the neck, and I also worked on patching up this mess here at the back. I'm not worried about that will be all cleaned up, but what I want to do this week is drill the tuner holes and thickness the headstock, and I'm going to do that in few stages. I'm going to mark, I think 17mm thickness to start with and cut off the excess. And I'm going to do it by hand with a saw, and then little by little I'm going to thickness it down to 15mm, which is the final thickness, on the bobbin sander that I have. And that's going to be a fun process. I need to prepare a very straight fence to do that, so I'm working on that in the background as well. But first thing to do is the tuner holes. And for this build I bought Goto SG3-1 tuners, which are locking tuners, traditional locking tuners with a big screw at the back. I was aiming for the ones that are locking on top, like I used for the previous build, because those have adjustable pole heights, and I couldn't get them in left-handed, so they need to be left-handed because this headstock is flipped. So I went for the next best thing. Well, these are amazing tuners anyway, so it's not like I'm compromising here. These are great quality. It's not a compromise, it's just I was going for a different model. I'm happy with those though. I'm going to leave them here because I need to test if my Forstner bit is correct size. It's 10mm, so it should be exactly what's needed for these. But I'm going to drill in a piece of wood first and try how they fit. If I'm not happy with the fit, I'm going to look for a different bit until I'm happy. I don't want to test it on the actual headstock. The fit needs to be tight. The tuners cannot have any wiggle room that can affect tuning stability and introduce some weird noises as well. So to avoid that, it needs to be done perfectly. I've got my pilot holes drilled. They are quite big though. I don't know why I drilled them so big. I'm happy they're there because now I can just mark the line using those holes, but they're not great as pilot holes to use with my Forstner bit. I would want them to be like 1 millimeter, so that there is no guessing where that Forstner bit needs to go. And this is the bit that I will be using to drill those tuner holes. So I need to mark centers of those holes so that I can align it with the drill bit when it comes to drilling. Okay, so I marked 22 mil between all of the posts. 22, yeah, perfect. Now I need to set up my pilot drill and test this drill bit with the actual tuner. Let's do that. Okay, I got the horrible tear out at the end because I didn't use anything underneath. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to use a piece of plywood underneath to avoid the tear out, and we'll see if it works. Okay, so you can see that compared to this hole, this one is clean. There's no tear out here at all. So I will be using backing of this plywood when drilling the actual headstock. But let's grab a tuner, and this should fit in nicely. Oh, it is very nice. Okay, this is perfect. That's a very good fit. That is great. I mean, there will be some finish in that as well. I'm not going to leave tuner holes raw. I'm going to finish them, so it's going to be a bit tighter than this now. Although it is perfect. I need to set up a fence, which I will use to drill holes at the same distance from the edge of the headstock. And it will be something like that. I need to measure it correctly and then clamp it in 2 places so it doesn't move at all. It will be tricky to clamp here because I need to be able to move the that works. Okay, I think that should do. These clamps are holding the fence, and this is just to stabilize the whole thing and to make sure that all tuners are exactly the same distance from the edge of the headstock. So I only need to adjust in this direction to make sure that the drill bit is spot on in the middle. So normally when it's a right handed headstock, it's fed from this side, and that makes it so much easier because I would hold it in my left hand and operate the drill with my right hand. But yeah, I need to, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, as long as these clamps are tight and hold everything in place in one setting, I should be fine. I'll start with the easy one, which is the high E, and we'll see how it goes. So it didn't go all the way through. Not sure why it just stopped. Okay. That's the first hole. Very clean exit. Tuner fits in perfectly. That's really good. That is a really good fit. Very happy with it. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, I need to be careful and go a bit slower on the exit because that hole is already drilled into the plywood, so I don't want to rip the wood at the back of the headstock. But I think going slow will prevent the tear out. And the last one, it's tricky to hold it because this is the only place that I'm holding the neck. It's just hanging there on the other side. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with it. Right, let's have a look at it. Okay, this is very even. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Nice fit, nice tight fit. Very good. That is very good. So the next thing I need to do, I will sand it down a bit. Just to make it easier. Ooh. There's some tear out here. That's okay. It will all be sanded out. I need to mark. I said 17, I'm gonna do 18 because I want to sand the back as well, just to clean up these holes. So I'm gonna set it to 18 mil. This is 18 millimeters, and that's 18 from the, oh, I may not have to cut it with this saw at all. Is this really 18? Yeah, that is 18 mil. Okay, huh, that's interesting. Oops. So if that's all that needs taking down, okay, what I'm going to do first is sand down the back. I'm not really concerned about the break angle at the headstock. It will be plenty enough. I can go down to 15 mil on the thickness, and it will still work fine. Yeah, it will give us plenty of the break angle. So I'm going to take the mark off, sand the back a bit just to clean it up. Okay, I've got 80 grit here. Much cleaner. There is a tiny bit of tear out. I'm not worried about that. What I need to do is to set up the sander. I'm going to do the mark at 15 mil, so that will be the final thickness of the headstock. I don't think I'm going to use a saw because this distance is too small to it's like less than 5 mil to take off. I think the sander will be capable of doing that. Right, so this is the mark, and what I need to do is to set up a fence on the sander to keep the same distance from the bobbin and just feed it in against the movement of the bobbin. Perfect. Okay, I'm happy with how square it is. Perfect. Okay, so here's my bobbin sander. I need to plug it in and clean this sandpaper a bit. Got the eraser. And what I need to do is to set up the fence, which right now will be sitting flat on this table. Exactly 90 degrees. That's correct. Sander is 90 degrees as well. And when I clamp it in place, I will use it as a fence. This will be turning this way, and I'll be feeding the neck from here, from the left side, and it will be sanding it down while feeding in. The idea is that I can feed it in enough to thickness down the neck, the headstock, to required 15 mil, and at the same time shape this transition between the fretboard and the headstock. So it will be a swoop transition like all Fender guitars do have, and this is the method to do that. I'll see if I can clamp it like this here, and I can do it in a few steps. I can set it to nearly what it is now, feed the neck through, shape the headstock transition, then move it a bit closer, take another pass. Oh, this is too close now. And I can do it with very small increments so that the sandpaper is not taking too much at the time, and I'm not risking any chip out, tear out, or whatever can happen with this. So the idea is to keep the headstock, the back of the headstock, flat with this surface. And I think it would make more sense to, no, it will be fine. I can press it against the block, the fence, and feed it in slowly. The sandpaper will be spinning that way, pushing the headstock out, so I'm not risking it catching and getting it out of my hand. Okay, so it was a first test pass. I only just touched the edge of the fretboard here and it works. This sandpaper is a bit dirty, unfortunately. I'm not able to get rid of this gunk. I don't know what was being sanded with it, but it works. I will be measuring the thickness with calipers with each pass to make sure that I'm not going too far. I decided to go with the biggest wheel. I'm not even sure what the diameter is, to be honest. It's 80 mil. I took the sandpaper and compared it against my tellies, and it's slightly tighter angle than, not angles, slightly tighter radius than a fender is. But it's bigger than my other telly builds, so yeah, it will be nicely in between. Got my calipers to check the size. I've got my hammer to move the fence a bit closer each time, and I've got the mask because, well, it is sanding, so I don't want to breathe it in. this is roughly thicknessed. It's not very straight. I'm gonna have to fix this transition because it seems to be thicker on this end and thinner on that end, which means that I've been holding it like that, unfortunately. But it is 15 mil now. It's 15 millimeters exactly, and I wanted to see what it looks like with a low E tuner, because these tuners are staggered, which means that these three will be shorter, or these two actually, hang on. Yeah, these three will be shorter than these three. These three will stick out a bit more, and I'll install both just to see. Okay. I'm not sure how visible that is, but this tuner hole is hiding in the nut, so we need some more. We need to take off some more. Not much, maybe half a mil, because not only is still too thick, but there will be finish on both sides, and the top finish will be quite thick. So maybe I'll do 14 mil. Yeah, just to be on the safe side, because I'm planning on doing a vinyl logo here, and I want to hide it under the lacquer and the varnish. So because that logo has some thickness, it's a tiny amount, but well, it is a thickness. I need to layer the varnish on top of it and then sand it down a bit, so just to hide it on the flat surface. So that needs to come down, and I think I'm gonna do 14 mil. Well, I think this looks awesome, and it's straight now. So I went to 14.5. And I think I'll leave it there, because I still need to do sanding on both sides before applying finish. So it will get a bit thinner. I'm going to put the tuners on just to see what this will look like. That's no good. How did this happen? Wow. Okay, well, this is rubbish. Wow. These tuners have this loop here for the screw, and they don't fit next to each other. I don't think I've drilled them too close. That would be silly. So I'm going to need to buy a different set of tuners, as it turns out. Probably the one with the loop on the bottom, because these won't fit next to each other. They're wonderful tuners, but they just won't fit. Okay, well, that's weird. That's a shame. Right, well, back to looking for tuners, I guess. Okay, so this is interesting with these tuners, but well, it is what it is. I'll be sourcing a different set of tuners for this build. These I will hold on to, because this is not the last guitar with a reverse headstock that I'm building, so I'm happy to hold on to them. But the headstock is thicknessed. It needs a ton of sanding still, but yes, the thickness is done. And I think the next step will be fretting. I want to do the frets before I carve the neck, because I will be hammering the frets down, and that's one of the reasons why I would like to keep the whole the thickness of the neck for this process. I don't have a press, and even if I did, I would not be able to afford one of those fractal fret press inserts that conforms to the radius, to all radiuses really. Doesn't matter what radius you're doing, it will conform. This is a compound radius fretboard, and using traditional press inserts for specific radius would not work here. So I need to hammer them in, and I want to retain the thickness of the neck to do that. This step is done. It needs tidy up, but you know, I'll be sanding the whole thing multiple times, so I'm not worried about that. I'm happy with the thickness, I'm happy with the transition. Yes. Okay, so I'll leave it at this for this week. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your support and your comments. And I will see you next week, probably doing fret work. Cheers! Love you, bye!